Should you become a teacher? That's a really good question, and it's a tough one to answer, but I'm going to try to answer it for you. I just got home from finishing up my 13th year of teaching. That's right, as you can tell by the gray hair, I haven't been doing it my whole life. It was actually my 8th career, I think it was. Midlife crisis, I don't know, but I became a teacher. I'm a high school carpentry teacher. I teach kids woodworking, carpentry, how to build houses, how to work with their hands. It definitely has a place in school these days. I think it's underrated. I think it's becoming more and more valuable, that is, being a carpentry teacher. But is being a teacher worth it? Yes and no. I live in North Carolina. As far as teaching salaries go, we rank 38th in this country. 38th. If I'm being honest, after 13 years of teaching, I make about the same amount of money as the average college graduate makes. So if you're doing it for finances, or if you're doing it to get rich, please choose something else. You're not going to get rich monetarily. I mean, you can get rich, but not millionaire rich, if you know what I'm saying. But would I become a teacher for the other kind of rich? Absolutely. I have learned so incredibly much about me, about humans, about teenagers. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. Just the other day, I was riding in the car with my son. He graduated high school 8 years ago, and he asked me a question. So, Dad, what are the kids like these days? Are they any different? Are they smarter? Are they more lazy? What are they like? And I said, son, that's a great question. See, we used to have this conversation a lot when he was in high school. And I used to say to him, I don't know why your classmates are the way they are, because I wasn't raised like that. And his immediate response was, Dad, it's your fault. Well, it's your generation's fault, because you're the ones raising us. And he's right. We are raising those kids. And I'm not sure where things changed. But kids these days as a whole, they're pretty solid, but they're pretty coddled too. If they forget their homework, instantly mom or dad comes to the rescue. I don't think they're taught enough tough lessons. As my son and I talked even more, I told him about a time when he was 3 years old and he was screaming because he wanted a fruit snack. And it was about an hour, hour and a half before dinner, and we said no. And he just pitched a fit, threw himself on the floor, just beating on the floor. I want a fruit snack, I want a fruit snack, give me my gummies. And we said, no, we're not going to rescue you. You have to learn delayed gratification because dinner's coming. He didn't understand that, couldn't grasp it. He just wanted his fruit snacks right now. And I said, I think a lot of kids, the parents, when they start pitching a fit, they hand them the fruit snack. Because it's tough being a parent. It's hard, especially if you've worked all day long. It's difficult to say no. It's painful. As a parent, instinctually, you want to rescue your kid. But if they don't learn this little thing called delayed gratification or consequences for their actions, when the time comes and they leave your house, it's going to be tough on them. Because bosses, corporations, they do not care whether you forgot your work or not. They just care that you don't have it and you might lose your job. So I told my son, kids these days, they're okay, but they could be tougher. Working with people, working in the education system, I don't want to get into that too much. The education system is very unique. I'm blessed where I am. I have a tremendous administration that backs the teachers, takes care of us, treats us like professionals, and it's a great place to work. But I've heard stories of other places that aren't like that. I can only speak from my experience, and mine's pretty fantastic. Of course, I'd been working 20 years before I started teaching, so I understood that there's things about every job, about every career, about every work environment that you don't like, that you've just got to deal with, right? There's meetings you have to go to, there's professional development you have to go to, and a lot of times it seems senseless. It seems like a waste of time. But it's part of the gig. It's part of the work. It's part of the job. And I think a lot of teachers, especially young ones, they struggle with that. Because they go to school to be a teacher, and they're taught about classroom management, dealing with the kids, and occasionally dealing with a parent, but they're not taught about all the other stuff. all the meetings, all the time, meet the teacher night, curriculum fairs, testing, all the stuff. They just think it's come in, talk to kids, teach them a little bit, and smile a lot. And it's tough. Jobs are tough, but it's incredibly rewarding. When you can help a kid climb out of his shell. I had a kid that graduated with my son, and to this day, he still thanks me. He's self-employed, he's a licensed electrician, he has a solar business, and he thanks me because if it wasn't for my class, he never would have found his place. He was bored with high school, but he found an incredible career and belief in himself. And stories like that, they can go on, but they fill you up. They fill your heart. They give you joy. So teaching, should you become a teacher? I don't know. I can't answer that for you. I can tell you this, it's incredibly rewarding. But I can also tell you you're not going to get rich doing it. So if that's your goal, teaching's probably not for you. But if your goal is to impact students, impact the next generation, make a difference in this world, in my opinion, there's no better career than teaching. It is absolutely fantastic. And if you're still here, I really appreciate you watching. A little summary of the end of my 13th year. My name's Jim Burrows. I'm a teacher. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.